Good morning, traders. John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. A little bit of a positive day there last night. If you have a look on the 4-hour chart, we can see that it's looking pretty good. Pretty good on the 4-hour chart, but what really can we expect? Like, is this really that good? We'll have a look in a minute, but what I can see here is the 4-hour chart's looking pretty good. Let's go back. Actually, let's go back and we'll do top-down analysis. We'll have a look at the weekly chart first, then we'll go to the daily chart, and then the 4-hour chart. And I'll try to do it quickly. 29 seconds in. Let's have a look at this for the weekly chart. So here we've come down, broken through the 50, and we've come up for an attempt, and we've got a shooting star. Rejection at the 50 or close to the 50. Here we've had a nice attempt, a nice pop with weak volume, closed above it, around about the same highs as here, but not quite, a little bit higher. Actually, it kind of coincides with the lows here. So previous support, break, resistance. Now at that resistance, we've got a massive reversal. Here was our first reversal here. This is our second reversal here. Usually we find that the second one works better than the first one, usually. Let's just wait and see what happens. Like, no one knows what Bitcoin's going to do, or, like this chart's thing, like nobody knows what's going to happen. All we can do is read what the chart is telling us, what has happened, and trade from there. So far, what we can see, massive reversal, and at the 50, massive reversal again. So this candle hasn't finished yet. It could go green, it could go red, could go sideways, could even just be a doji, and then, carry on from there next week. We'll have to wait and see. So today's Thursday, and we've got a few more days left. So that's on the weekly chart. It's looking negative. Let's have a look at the daily chart. There's three things about the daily chart that I can see that are positive. And actually, I'll just put these drawings back on, and they're still there. Great. Okay, so let's just have a look here. What I'm seeing at this stage here, which sooner or later, this is going to fail. We've got a trend channel here that now, as soon as it becomes obvious to everybody, big money changes the direction. So we've got, a touch. Yep, nice, beautiful, and it's very accurate. And here we've got a touch, quite a few touches all the way up to here, and it's quite accurate. But the only problem is, are we expecting for this again when it's so blatantly obvious that it's done it so many times already? Are we looking at heading straight back up there again and maybe breaking through and heading up? That's a possibility. It could happen. What we're really looking at, though, like where we are right now, we're bounced on this uptrend channel and we're below the 50 in a very negative market. If you look at the weekly chart on Bitcoin, that's a very negative reversal that we've just had. Now here on the daily chart, we've just bounced on a support line and we're heading up to the first point of resistance. So that's 41,250. And here, if we go through to where the 50 is right now, that's 42,000. So we're only 750 points away. So 750 from there, and you can see here that it's almost touched it and then come down. So what I would be expecting, or thinking might happen from here, well, there's two things that could happen, right? Well, actually, there's three things that could happen. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up. So we're negative on the weekly, and we're looking at the daily. So the first thing that it looks like it's going to happen is we're going to come up and find it difficult to break through the 50. And then we've got support down here. So if it's either going to break the 50 and give us reason to be heading up. And then we need to decide, well, okay, if it gives us a buy from down here early after, after we've broken the 50, is there enough room to make profit up to the 200 or up to this level here? But we know that in between here and the top, we're going to have previous highs as resistance, the 200 as resistance, and resistance when we get up to here. Now, at the moment, we've got resistance at the 50 down here. So the easier road to travel would be down. It hasn't done that yet, so we can't trade that. But if it goes up to here and gives us reversal, that then I'll be looking further for the downside. If it breaks below here and then put, actually if it breaks below here, I'll be looking for the short side on a close below here. If it closes below here and then pulls back, gives us a reversal off there to come down, like I was saying engulfing, then I'll be doing, going short from there. So the positives that we've got here on the daily chart is stochastics are oversold. We've got increase in selling and buying volume, which is peanuts. It's it's okay. It's there. I can't really discount it. It's there. And we've got an uptrending line. So they're the three things that are going for this for a bull market. The things that are going against it for a down market are the weekly are drastically. It just looks terrible on the weekly chart. I wouldn't go anywhere near it for a buy position on the weekly chart. That's for sure. On the daily chart, we've got increasing volume at these prices here. Even on the decline, we've got increasing volume. And we've got increasing volume on the buying side, but we've got resistance very, very close. who knows what's going to happen? We just need to trade what the charts tell us to do. And at the moment, like, I'm not liking between here and there. It's too risky for me to be involved in the market here at this stage. I've got one position on at the moment, and that's dot. I just closed out my comp. I actually got stopped out of my position on comp. So let's just go and have a quick look at that. I was on the 4-hour chart, and so this is what I was looking at. It went, support, break through, and it's I was shorting in here somewhere. I think it was up there and down here, and anyway, I came down, and I thought, gee, this isn't very good. This is seriously threatening my investment. So, and then it came down there, and I felt relieved again. I thought, okay, well, yep, okay, well, we're back in the same again. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to play it smart from here. I'm going to put my stops above there. And so, but what I did, I actually made a mistake, and I had too many in my stop loss. So when it went through here, so I went to bed soundly last night thinking, yep, everything's good. And then when it broke through last night, it stopped me out of all of my short positions, and I had a little bit of profit there too, which was good. But because I had too many stop losses in there, it picked me up for a buy. So, if you got a short, in order to close that out, you need to buy it back. And so because I had too many buy orders up there, I actually bought it for a long position because all my shorts were closed. Anyway, I went through here and up to here, and I made a nice little profit there, which I hadn't even expected. It was an accidental profit, so it turned out to be all right. Anyway, that's and so here on the 4-hour chart, this is looking pretty good. Actually, this is looking really good. I can't complain with this at all. I don't really know what's going on with it, but if we get some sort of a pullback here and then a takeoff, I mean, that would be good if crypto is in a bull market. But at the moment, crypto doesn't look very good. Actually, it looks beautiful and green at the moment, but look at the position of what we're just been through. If we have a look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart, it looks terrible. If we look at it on the daily chart, there's not much room to move. Actually, let's just go through one more time. We'll just have a look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, and we'll just have a look. So if on the 4-hour chart, yeah, so this is what I was looking at here. Like I drew the circle here because as soon as we come up to here, we're kind of going to be going, say, to 45 or whatever, and might just take off and go. But in any case, this blue line here is the 50-day moving average on the daily chart. So we haven't got much room to move. So around about where the circle is, we're going to have the 50 on the 4-hour chart meeting there at the same price that the daily 50 is at. And then we've got price that's going to be moving up to around about that price as it heads off into a 45. So there's a very good chance that we could see rejection at this area, or some sort of difficult time to get through at that area. And look at this, at the same time, it's going to have support, breakthrough, resistance at the 50 on the daily and the 50 on the 4-hour. Just the way that don't be fooled by this market just yet, because to me, this is just making it look good when it's not in a good position. Have a look at this breakthrough here. This is what Bitcoin did. Like, this is serious. It went up there and tried, and then 60% of investors pulled out, and then bang, that was the truth. This is what really was going on behind the scenes. And then it opened up here, engulfing, closing below, massive big red candle. Now it looks like we've come back up and having another go. I am really interested to see what we're going to do at this price here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alert at that price there. And so I'll be alerted when that price turns up. If we trade up to there, I want to know what's going on. I want to see reversal at that stage there, or breakthrough, a pullback and an engulfing, closing above. But even if that happens there, we've got the 200. There's so much congestion and ugly, difficult times of trading in this area. There's not enough room to make profit. That one that I was with comp, that I made the mistake, made the accidental profit. Look at that, it's still flying up. I don't really care. I actually got in, I made my money and I got out. So I don't like to be in trades that I didn't plan. So even if I was making money on that one there, like I just, I don't like the way Bitcoin is. This could go up to the moon. And, if that's the case, that's just the case. I sold and I had a nice little profit that I wasn't expecting. So, that's just the way it is. Anyway, I'll just have a very quick run through these. I'm already 9 minutes in. Here, so look at that, support and resistance. So let's just have a look at that just quickly. And so look at this. So straight away, we've got support, breakthrough. We've got resistance. Will we break through? Got a little bit of green volume here that's happening, which is pretty good. That's on the 4-hour chart though. And here, look at this. Check this out, the 50. So come down here up to the 50. We've got a shooting star at the 50. XTZ. I want to see if that breaks above that shooting star, then that means that reversal has failed. But yep, we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that one there. That's pretty interesting actually. Here, so we've got good support along there, and yep, scrappy trading. Still under the 50 on the 4-hour. ANC. ANC, a bit of a disaster there last night. ANC, have a look at these reversals. Check this. This is what I want to be trading. When it breaks through the 50 and then pulls back, I want to be trying to find entries off here. And there's not really much of an entry there besides the open after the doji. Here, there's a harami. Yep, okay, might be able to get in there with your stops above there. But here, this is the real one. I went up there, massive engulfing, closing below. This is the one here that I like the best. This one here is like an evening star. Yep, possible. This one here is the real one. Let's have a look. Here, yep, real. And look at that. So, interesting to see. I wonder what we're going to do. We could very easily, come up and touch these, these areas over here, and then have rejection and collapse from there. So, and still below the major moving averages, Here, but we do have engulfing, So there is, but we've got pretty weak volume. Stochastics are oversold in this area, and now they're overbought in this area. Oh, that looks pretty good. That does look good. What are we hitting? ZRX. And so, yep, that's a nice breakout there. But, there's something wrong with this too. I don't like to buy breakouts on the incline. This to me is exuberance. This is uneducated buyers getting in at any price. This here, I don't like it. And it's happening in the overbought area. What I want to do, I want to see up, pull back, and then a breakout. Because we've had, like this here isn't enough. I want to see 2 or 3 candles pull back before that breakout. And I want to see them pull back just before the 50 and then break out. This here is buying on the incline. And I don't, buying on the incline, it's very easy to give your money to someone else if you're buying on the incline. That there, warning sign. And this here, nope. Are we going to find rejection at the 50? That's what I'll, if we get rejection at the 50, you know which way I'll be going. And then there's Bitcoin, what we were just looking at before. Yeah, not really all that much. It's just it's just an update and a downtrend by the looks of it. But we are above that, channel. So anyway, traders, that's probably enough for me. I hope I hope you're on the right side of the trade. If you have any problems with your charts, let me know. I'm more than happy to talk about charts. And hope you have a good day. Talk to you soon. See you.